Usually we would start to get some hard water spots right away, but you could see pretty much nothing. Folks, welcome back to the Wanneroo channel. Hope you all are doing good. Today we are going to do a quick review on the Glacier fresh water filter, and the reason for this is myself, like probably a lot of you all out there, when you're washing your car and either you've got not the greatest city water, or like in my case you have well water that has all sorts of minerals and different stuff in it. Car washing, especially in the summer, can become quite the pain as you end up with water spots and all of that on the vehicle, especially trying to quickly dry it in the summertime to keep those water spots from forming on the vehicle with all those minerals. So I had looked around and came up with these on Amazon, so we're going to give them a good try out and give them a good review. Now, out there on the market, you can buy some massive filters that the professionals use and stuff, and I had considered that, but the one thing is probably myself, just like a lot of you all, it's a thing of where we're not washing cars all day long. It's a thing of maybe we wash our car once a week or every 2 weeks or whatever it might be, or even longer, and we just want some sort of basic filter that we can filter out a lot of that crap and just make it easier on ourselves. Even if it's not 100% perfect, at least if it works some and helps out, then that's all a good thing. So let's go ahead and have a quick look at it. Now, these filters here, apparently they are pretty much mostly for RVs. So that's kind of the focus. But one of the things I noticed on YouTube was that a lot of folks, they had, everybody was kind of using these for car washes. So I wanted to give it a try. The other thing that I'm kind of interested to see as well is that will this work with a pressure washer? So as we feed the water into the pressure washer, is it going to be able to keep up? Is it going to be able to work and all of that? So I'm very interested to see. The other thing as well that they say is that basically to get these things going, pretty much when you get them started, flush the filter out for 1 minute to remove the carbon fines. Once you have that done, they should be pretty easy to use. So let's get the box open here and see what we got. All right, so I believe I paid, I think for the two of these, I think it was, don't quote me on it, I think it was about $27 or so. So you get two kind of, I'd say they're fairly sizable water filters. They should help significantly, I'm thinking, just from the size of them. And they pretty easy to use, it looks like. They've got an arrow marking where the water flow goes, so that should be pretty easy to follow. Two of them come in the box as well. So I think for car washing needs, these should probably hold up. You know, if I'm washing my car maybe 20 times a year or something, maybe washing some other folks' car, maybe 30 to, I'm trying to think, maybe about 30 times a year, 30 car washes at most at home. So, it'd be a thing of, I imagine one of these would probably last at least, for that whole year. And if it does, I'd be pretty happy with that. The other thing that came in the box was just a little hose attachment if you need it. The other thing too, because these are for RVs, they came with stickers, which we don't really need or care about. And then a little instruction manual, which we will read. So we're not going to do anything super scientific with it. We're just going to go ahead and flush out any of the fines, like it said, with just a regular hose for a minute to get the filters kind of set up and ready to go. Then we're just going to simply plug them in on the line with the pressure washer and see what happens. And we're going to find out if they work or not. And you guys will see the results, and we'll see how it goes. Okay. All right, folks, so I've been using this Glacier Fresh filter now throughout the whole season washing my car. And it's been a very easy setup. So what I ended up doing was putting a quick disconnect on the end here, and then putting a little piece of like flexible hose into the other end, and then essentially plugging it right into the pressure washer, just like that, and then hooking up my hose to it, and it has worked phenomenally well. Haven't had any issues with water pressure or anything like that, and it's also been a thing where I'm not using it on a professional basis. So probably if you were doing pressure washing all day and washing cars all day, the filter would probably back up a lot quicker. But in this case, so far it hasn't yet, and I'm sure at one point it will. But the thing is with it, it's just made it real easy with this type of setup. So that's what I kind of came up with, and that's what seems to work very well for it. So folks, here we are. We just finished washing the car here, and usually we would start to get some hard water spots right away, but you could see pretty much nothing. And so that's what's great about that filter. Absolutely nothing. Looks awesome. Just get the excess water off, and then we'll go over it with a little chamois, get any remaining spots, but it's looking good. So folks, to go ahead and wrap this up, this review up, spots that would always typically happen, or I'd have to fight in terms of trying to get all the water off the car very quickly and all that stuff. Once I started using this, that issue pretty much faded away. And at times there was still maybe a faint little outline that you could barely see of maybe some mineralization from the water. But I would say this filter got up most of it. For basically an amateur hour user like me who's just using it to wash my personal vehicle and maybe a few other vehicles, I think this is going to serve pretty well to reduce all the water spotting on a car when you're washing it. There are much bigger filters than this out there that you can go ahead and get. Some of them are, quite substantial in their size. And I would say, if you're kind of doing things on a professional basis where you're, washing high-end exotics and all that, then you would probably want a more advanced filtration system and, something that's going to get pretty much everything out. But for, like I said, just the average guy out there who's just washing a couple cars and stuff and trying to keep the water spots off of them when you're washing them and drying them and all that, I think these work pretty well, and they seem to serve a pretty good purpose. The water's definitely a lot cleaner coming out of them, and they're pretty easy to use, as you see with the setup that I set up here with the quick disconnect and then the little piece of hose right here. So anyways, folks, if you're interested in purchasing it, check out the Amazon link below. Sometimes they've had these on sale too, so you can pretty much pick up 2 of these for around 25 bucks or so, and I think they're pretty good value. Anything that comes up with these, I will put out another video for it, so perhaps when we get to the point where we totally fill the filter up, with mineral solids and stuff, we'll cut it open and have a look, but for at least right now. And also I can tell it's kind of a bit heavier than a new one, because I've got a new one sitting on the shelf there. And so anything new that comes out with these, I will give you guys an update. But for right now, after a year of use, pretty solid and pretty happy with it. And again, check out the Amazon links below. Leave any questions or comments down below, hit the like button, and stay tuned. We have a ton of videos coming up on the channel. We'll see you guys then.